Alright guys, welcome to the Media Hijack Podcast. I'm your host, Billy Walters, and joining me is Chris Unholy Jesus.
Welcome back everyone and happy Tuesday.
Happy Tuesday, welcome back guys to another episode of the Media Hijack, episode 133.
Yes sir.
Before we get started, real quick, if you guys want to buy some Media Hijack t-shirts, head over to themediahijack.com. Grab you some official t-shirts. Also, if you guys want to visit our Reddit, you can visit our Reddit and post whatever you guys want. Chris is going to be the one that's going to check it from now on.
I gotta get back on it. That was my duty, and then I think TikTok took over my life after that.
Now you have TikTok and
Reddit.
TikTok, Reddit duties.
Reddit's easier. I can deal with Reddit. It's easier.
Yeah, TikTok, Reddit duties. And then you let me know whatever gets popping out there so I can come, moderate a little bit. And like, hey, what's going on with the Reddit?
What's going on, man? What's the status check?
Yeah. Hey, thank you for the follow. Hey, Maria, thank you.
Oh, yes, thank you.
Thank you for the follow.
Yeah, nice follow. Appreciate it.
Also, if you guys want to catch the replay for this live Twitch video, you can head to our YouTube channel. Go over there. You guys can watch the replay if you didn't make it live. And then just show us some love on YouTube.
Yeah, we're there too.
Send us like heart comments and, stuff that makes us feel nice.
Show us some love. We love love.
Tell me I have nice socks on.
Yeah.
I wear the same.
I wear the same black socks.
Speaking of socks, though, I just got like a Christmas socks with a Bigfoot on it.
Oh, shit.
Bob got it for me.
Nice.
When she was in Vegas.
Oh, yeah. I've been seeing Jeremy put up the videos and stuff in Vegas, man.
Yeah, they went there for Bob's birthday.
Bob's birthday. When is that? December
7th.
Okay, yeah. I was out there.
After Pearl Harbor.
December.
Or during Pearl Harbor?
December 8th?
The day before Pearl Harbor?
Was it Normandy? Is it day before?
Day before. Yeah.
Either way, it's a bad day before or after.
Yeah.
But yeah, man. No, Vegas is last time I was in Vegas was June last year. Looks like an even bigger commercial than it ever did before. That whole strip. I don't even like it anymore. I like going to Fremont Street, Old Vegas. That's where they got the little live concerts going on. Those are the best ones.
Bigger hands. All right, main topic for tonight. We're going to be talking about Psychonaunts' quest for interdimensional explorations, which the title is completely different from our little ad.
Oh, yeah.
But basically, what are Psychonauts? These are just people who are avid users of like psychedelics. They use psychedelics in order to, reach other realms, and they do it so much to where they can actually like study other realms and different dimensions and stuff. And they call them Psychonauts because they're like astronaut, but in the psychedelic world.
The psychedelic world. There you go.
Yeah, without a spacesuit.
Nah, man, you ain't gotta leave your own house.
Yeah, you're doing soul traveling, which is the safest form of travel until you bring that demon back home.
I mean, you ain't got to worry about radiation like space, so that's good.
Yeah, you just got to worry about that demon on your back.
The little parasite demon on your back.
When you go to sleep, it's like, what's good? With the deepest voice that rumbles your bed.
You should never crossed over those tracks.
You should never allowed me to go in your bedroom. Like, nobody told you can come here.
Nice bedroom, motherfucker. I'm liking it here.
Touches your balls.
Why gotta be all that?
But yeah, so back to the Psychonauts quest. Yeah. All right, so a person named Kevin Thorban took a drug called DMT and had a vivid dream-like experience that only lasted a few minutes. So what exactly is DMT? I'm glad you asked, Billy. But DMT is actually... it breaks down to dimethyltryptamine, which is a psychedelic drug found in plants and animals that also gives you like intense high hallucination, profound hallucinations, also known as spirit molecule. But this DMT, the one that they're taking is synthetically created, like at home or in a lab, where they're using like ingredients from Home Depot. You can also find the the DMT they take is like a powder, which they smoke it. They take like one hit of this DMT, and then boom, they'll trip out almost instantly, and then it'll last for a few minutes. But they'll go through like these wild and crazy, unimaginable worlds like you see in like Marvel movies.
Yeah.
Imagine those Marvel movies times like 500.
Yeah, I heard it was like, well, what seems like minutes here in our world are like the time is very different from on the trip. It feels much longer.
It's almost like time doesn't even matter over there.
Yeah, I think Mike Tyson said like 10,000 years or some shit within like a couple minutes or something.
Yeah, he said it's like having 1,000-year therapy session.
Yeah, there you go. That's what it was. Yeah, within just a couple minutes.
Because it really broke down like his character. Because you're seeing yourself at angles that you don't even have. You've never seen yourself at this different angle.
Yeah,
it's almost like having a viewpoint from somebody else's perspective, but it's like the most true because you know that shit's true.
Yeah, because unbiased type of perspective.
Yeah, like you know it's true because you live your own life. Yeah,
you know
the stuff that you held back or you kept back. You know what you've been doing, you know?
Yeah. I feel like, too, like, us as people, we do put up mental blockers on a whole lot of things that we kind of, like, want to look away, ignore. So some things that you take, some psychedelics will peel that fake-ass, like, that type of, the layer.
Wallpaper that you put up.
That you've been putting up this whole time, man. It just peels it down.
Yeah, everybody, they all have this defense mechanism. These walls that they put up, imaginary walls, and then it takes like the right person to fucking walk straight through the walls, and then see how vulnerable you are, you know.
Yeah.
And it's hard for people to actually do that to like, especially like a complete stranger, or even to like family. It's hard to open up to family because you feel like you're being attacked and stuff. So you put up these walls layered so nobody can crawl through like your safe space. You know,
you're protected, but.
Yeah, you're protecting your true self.
But at the same time, at the detriment of what?
At what cost, though?
Yeah. You keep it from yourself, too?
Yeah, this is what I learned from my previous, like, my most recent psychedelic trip that I had. And I was like, it makes so much sense how, like, people, they have all these walls, like, they built up and stuff because they're protecting
something
that
inside.
that inner child. Like, they're afraid to show the world, you know?
Yeah.
Like, let's say you're like like on the inside, you're actually a really good dancer, but you held it in the whole time.
I never wanted to explore that part of it.
You held that dancer because you know you didn't want to show that side, but then that side was kept locked up
the whole time.
Locked up the whole time, and you were a dancer the whole time. I had a theory like one of my brothers was like that. He was like a good dancer.
Really?
It's just a theory because he had a nickname on like on Xbox Live was not Japan. It was Shadow Dancer.
Oh,
I was like, whoa, that's like a
pretty specific.
What's the meaning behind this?
Shadow Dancer.
Yeah, I was like, do you dance in the shadows?
Are you a b-boy?
Like, yeah, I was like, do you dance when your door's locked?
When no one's looking.
Yeah,
and everyone's not in the house.
Yeah, because he's like one of the brothers where I don't know anything about at all. Like, it's too much that he kept locked away. Like. Very soft-spoken, and I don't really understand him. But I don't really know him. That's why I'm like, I was like, what the hell is he blocking?
Shadow dancer. I
was like, what are these titanium walls? Like, let somebody in, dude. Nobody knows you. It's like that.
Do you like to dance in a dark room?
Naked?
When no one's home?
Listening to, like, Jay-Z and shit?
Hey, man. That's probably when he's most free. His most free was...
Or Beyonce?
Both at the same time in the song when they do a duet.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, man, you never know, man. Some people got something deep inside of them.
That's why psychedelics is so good. Like, it helps you, like, if you take it, like, with people you're close to, like, it helps you break the walls down so you guys can all talk, like, on the most purest level of, like, humanity, like, of the most heart-to-heart conversation, like, you would ever have.
Yeah.
Like, you tell the truth, you know? Like, you start noticing, like, the good side of whoever, like, you're in the room with, and you just express that shit easy without holding nothing back. And that's what happened in my last trip. And it felt so good letting all that stuff out and stuff. It's like, I was like, damn, it's like, this is therapy, like right here.
It felt like the weight of the world was lifted off your shoulders or something?
Yeah, it felt like I was so free. I was like, I get to talk about like whatever I want, you know? And I'm not going to get judged by it. At least not at that moment.
Not right now.
I'm like, no, right now, you ain't going to judge me right now. I'm a therapist right now. Like giving my own self-therapy.
Self-therapy, man.
All right, so back to this story. So, he and other people called Psychonaunts are interested in trying a new method of taking DMT called extended state DMT, where the drug is constantly supplied to the user through an IV drip that can last for hours or even days. Now, this is something I didn't know science was doing. I thought we only did this on the streets because I did something similar like this, where it's to extend like the trip. So what we were doing, we would take like a dose of a psychedelic, right? We'll wait 20 minutes, then take a second dose to extend that trip.
Yeah.
And I thought like only the kids on the streets were doing this, but scientists are actually doing this themselves too. But they're doing it more clean through an IV drip, where you're getting that shit like instantly. But they're constantly feeding them through IV the DMT
on a
trip, so that the trip can keep going
on a type of like time cycle, I guess, or
so they can constantly stay in trip mode for as long as they're trying to.
Does this have like a negative effect on the human mind, or how does it?
Definitely. Something like that doesn't like. It's always balanced to something. If you break your mind like that to where you're seeing so much of a psychedelic trip for like extended time, it'll break your reality. This reality wouldn't even.
Yeah, you come back and like, this shit ain't even fucking real. I don't even what.
Yeah,
I would assume you would come back maybe depressed too. Like, oh man.
It's like I really don't know, to be honest. But I'm sure like too much of anything is not a good thing.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
But the reason why like these guys are doing these trips, like, I don't know if you call them scientists or not, but like they're doing these trips because it's almost like they finally figured out like, okay, there is actually another dimension, and then their mind is blown right now that a drug like this exists, and they missed out on it for a long time. And you know how it helped them with everything that they're dealing on with life and shit. And then they're like, how can we extend this to make it last longer so we can actually study it now? So they're like, hey, light bulb, how about we do it through an IV drip, and we slow drip the DMT like through the veins while they're tripping out, so they can trip out for hours or even days and shit. And then you ask the question like, okay, if they're tripping out for days and they're literally walking into another dimension and doing God knows what, wouldn't they need to use the bathroom? And then they're like, yeah, thank you for asking that question, Billy. He started to design like astronaut diapers to travel like the psychedelic world. So he's using the same method
as astronauts,
as the astronauts.
When some depends.
Where if you have to use the restroom. Because I've never heard a story where somebody was tripping on psychedelics and had to take shit or use the restroom at the same time while they're still tripping in trip zone.
But with this one, since it's extended, they're gonna have to shit eventually. So
yeah, because
I would understand when taking a shit would break you out of it, I guess, or
I would think that would break that would break the meditation.
Unless they give him like something like a stool softener, so it's not like as hard to where you can like push. It's kind of like softens up the stool, so it's like just.
But I would think like
just oozes out.
Yeah, I would think like me being like a little experienced with it, like I would think like if you take a shit, you just open your eyes and just run that shit, you know, and then go back in your trip. What do Rojam said?
Rojam says acid makes you fart so much.
Oh, really?
Damn.
I've never had that experience, but that's interesting. Some people they go through that. Yeah. I would not recommend acid for anybody.
I've never tried it.
It's too crazy. But like if you're like one of those guys that just want to experience something and you think it's all woo woo,
try once.
Go on the acid trip.
I'll try it. Just...
And then
I heard it could be a nightmare.
You can text message me later when you're done. I can't believe it. Dude, that shit, to me, it was so scary. When I was done, I was thinking about you, and I was like, nah, Chris, do not want to go down this road.
Acid?
Yeah.
Hell no.
After I was done, I was like, I was like, I'm done being the guinea pig. I was like, no, Chris, don't need to go through this. It's too strong.
No, that's too much for me. I already know that would be too much.
It's the most scariest shit I've ever been through.
I've never heard nothing good about it. Even stuff I've read, I'm like, what is the benefits of...
Is if you can make it to the end where you get to see all the beautiful shit.
But you gotta get to the nightmare first.
Woo, and that nightmare is so bad. Yeah, I went through an ego death. Like Rojam was saying ego death with shrooms, but LSD is more. Oh man, he said LSD is more calm. To me, it's actually backwards. LSD acid. That's what it. Man, the ego trip on that, the ego death on that one, it's just worse. So crazy. With mushrooms, I never really had an ego death.
I did. My first trip I did, and I didn't like it. It made me think, like, I remember the one I had, the first trip I ever had, I didn't like it because it made me uncomfortable with being in my own skin.
Oh yeah. So you had a good trip then.
Yeah,
Like, as far as like,
I was like, because the first thing I was going through with my very first trip ever was, what the fuck am I doing with myself? Look at you.
ooh, I didn't even know you.
You hear? I don't like talking about it, but since we own it, the first time I ever did it, it wasn't just all like it was very like a reflection of myself. It's like, what are you doing? Look at you, like look at you, just sitting here on the couch, you're not doing shit. Like you're not happy here. Like everything's all brown looking and shit. like you're not happy. Like you
Dark brown.
Yeah. like what are you gonna do to make yourself happier? And then it took some time to like kind of making adjustments, but I've noted that I never forgot it, man.
Damn.
Never ever forgot it. It's horrible because you're like, I was just living my life, but I didn't realize I wasn't unhappy. But
Yeah, it's like it makes you feel like you're not living your full life.
You know what I'm saying? And that's
it's
why
like
I was at.
you're almost living like on autopilot. Mm-hmm. You know, you go to work, do the thing, do the same pattern, get paid, do the same pattern. But what about like the inner you that's like the dancer?
That's screaming to get out. You know what I'm saying?
The
like
American Idol within, or whatever it is.
The artist in me is screaming to burst out
trying
type
to
shit.
break out and shit, Who knows?
Yeah, man.
LSD and Apex were lit. Apex, what is that?
I was thinking of the game. That's the first thing that
the
popped in
only
my
thing I
brain.
can think of. I've never heard of a drug called Apex.
Oh man, let's see if I can find some right quick.
I actually gotta take a quick little restroom break.
You guys hold on right
Be
quick.
right back. And we're back. All right, so like I was saying, like they were doing like IV drips to extend the DMT trip, so they can explore and learn more about these different realities. Yeah, bamboozled, that's the word.
Bamboozled, thank you, thank you, man.
Yeah.
You just been bamboozled. All right.
All right, so I already talked about that. Okay, so like they hope like this will allow them to better understand and remember like their experience and potentially discover new parts of their own mind or new parts of another dimension.
Okay.
And I think one of the main things like about this topic, they don't want to say like straight up, but the main thing is that they are actually discovering different dimensions within their psychedelic trip, which they find like so. To them, it's so real because it feels real to me. Like when I have like a legit trip, it feels more real than this world. To where I come back here, I'm like, man, this old wallpaper ass world and shit. I just walk through this earth and shit.
These fucking walls, like
yeah, it's like we're bound and shit. We're not really free. We're bound by like some universal law that
we're tethered to this reality for now.
Yeah, then we're all playing by the rules.
Yeah.
Everybody's trying to figure out
physics and shit.
Walking through walls and shit, and using telekinesis. I was watching Instagram clip of this kid. He was doing like trying to move objects with his hands, and he started moving objects like little pieces of paper, thin paper, like thin foil, and he would do it like every day. He would practice on moving it to where he was able to move like glass and shit.
Right.
Yeah, he got so good at it. You can tell, like, for me, I'm just looking at his reaction the whole time, see how he's acting when he's doing it.
Yeah.
To try to catch if this guy is trying to fake this shit. Mm-hmm. But his reaction looks so legit to me, like he's shocked himself. He was like, holy shit, I just moved that.
That it had to be real?
Yeah, like he was, you can tell like his heart jumped, and he was like, oh shit, I actually fucking did it. But he was moved, then he got so confident, he started doing like the gun sign, and then boom, right? And then that shit flies. No, it just flies.
Okay.
Yeah, because he got that good and shit.
Damn,
but he was
man.
able to like move objects. And then I tried to do it too.
And then
I need more practice.
Nothing wrong with that, man. I remember when I was in high school, I tried the Kamehameha once. I don't think anybody's tried that before.
Yeah. Thank you, John, for following.
Appreciate it, John. Thank you. But there's an anime. I can't remember the name of it. I've only seen clips of it, but it looks like the girl's like using telekinesis to move objects, but it's actually like these spirit hands. I'm saying spirit fingers, but like these spirit arms and hands and shit. They actually move the shit for her.
They're doing it for her.
Yeah. I can't remember the name of it. It's crazy as shit though. Should be catching bullets and shit.
Yeah, it's like that thing you were saying the other week about like Jean Grey or something in the comics, where if you're imagining moving something, you're just imagining you outside your body.
Yeah, an extension of your body. Yeah, moving.
An extension of yourself.
Some shit like that. Yeah.
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 I want to like keep practicing, see if I can move anything.
Yeah, that's it.
Probably gotta stop like poisoning my body.
Yeah, I always heard like you have to whatever toxins you put in your body, you have to like purge it and then make the attempt.
Yeah, you gotta like cleanse yourself.
But yeah,
it's just to clear all the thoughts, all the negative thoughts, like saying, "Oh, it's fake."
Yeah, because I know if once you try long enough, you're gonna want to give up.
John says, "Have you seen the government research about telekinesis?"
Yeah,
I think we talked about this before.
MK Ultra and shit. No, that was more like remote viewing.
It probably like all ties into MK Ultra and stuff because this is when they're experiencing like LSD on the soldiers and stuff, and then they were seeing, hey, is telekinesis possible and shit.
Hey, 11.
Yeah, the Montauk Project.
Yeah,
yeah, I think that's where they got that idea to do that show.
Oh, for sure. No, they definitely got it from that. Yeah, so I think they even talk about how 11's mom in the show. She was a participant in MK Ultra, or
yeah, she was Montauk, she's probably like a high level.
I think she's like a college student or some shit at the time.
Professor X.
Yeah. And then she had a psychic baby, and that's when she took the kid from her.
I wonder who got her pregnant though. Probably the head group guy.
Oh man, I don't know. I was thinking like just some random ass joke.
He was like, can you dodge this sperm on the inside? You know.
If you could dodge a sperm, you could dodge a ball.
Project analyst of ESP. What does ESP stand for?
ESP.
Something sensory perception.
Yes, I can't think of it. Is it extra sensory?
Extra sensory perception.
Something like that.
Yeah.
It's a project. I can't find that on it. Let's see.
All right, so Thorban, the guy that was doing the project on the the DMT stuff, he actually learned about the method through a psychedelic podcast. Is that crazy? Maybe like they'll come across this podcast and then they'll start researching on their own. Because this dude, they wrote a whole article about this guy, and he found it in a psychedelic podcast called Medicinal Mindfulness that offers like treatment. Like the organization is actually based in Colorado.
Ew.
Out of all places, of course, this would be the spot to do all your mental therapy sessions and stuff.
Because psychedelic shit that's the spot.
Yeah, because over in Colorado, they're more open to the idea of like treating mental illness through like a form of medicine that's like considered like not good for you or evil. I think it's still a Schedule 1 drug, like illegal.
Yeah. Well, I remember when I was in Colorado, and it might have changed since then. Hopefully it did, but I know with like just drugs that would kind of like, well, not drugs, but stuff that's more like with marijuana and stuff. They're like, hey, it's legal. You can do whatever you want, whatever. It's not even a crime to do it. But if you apply for a job and they find your system, they can't hire you. So it's like, what's the point if you guys are going to legalize it if these jobs aren't going to make the adjustments to allow people to work? If you guys made this shit free, I mean, no, not free, but you legalized it, why aren't you making it easy for people to get jobs still? You know what I'm saying? It was a weird time. I don't know what Colorado did with it since then, but it didn't make any sense to me when I was living there.
Like the thing, like with psychedelics, I don't think people are taking psychedelics like every single day. You know?
Oh, because John says it's not a treatment. Okay, that makes sense then, because it is just recreational. But this just stays in your system for a long time.
I wouldn't like say it's like for recreational either. Like I think it would be like under the condition of like a medical setting.
Yeah.
If you were to take like psychedelics for mental like a mental illness or something for mental health.
Mm-hmm.
To me, you should actually take it in like a proper setting to where they can actually give you like the proper methods of doing psychedelic, like the best way you can actually do it to get the most benefit.
Yeah.
Instead of just like buying shrooms for the local guy down the street and then taking it home and then doing it all messed up and you don't even get no benefits from it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't get no like. You probably get a bad trip or whatever.
And that's about it.
Everybody's different.
It's called symptom management. Okay, I just looked it up too.
Yeah.
I could definitely see. Okay, that makes sense.
It's not like marijuana. Like marijuana, you can take that to any time of the day. That's why it's easier for them to catch it on you. Like if you
Fine
were
for
to
a
do
job,
if you were to do like a job. But with the shroom or psychedelics, they don't even have like a
Nobody's testing for it.
yeah, they don't test for it. That's the thing, because it's not as like people are not doing it like that.
No.
It's not like big like that yet.
Not only that.
And if they were to do it, they're not going to do it every day. That's like the thing about it.
Well, also too with drugs, drug testing for jobs are actually expensive as shit too. So they're not going to go out of their way to start looking for something. They're not, like psychedelics. They're not looking for something that most people don't do. So.
Yeah, they're like, why would we test for that? Like, what are the chances of finding an employee that has like psilocybin in their blood? It's rare. That's why it costs money too to do these different tests.
Yeah,
that's why they have a test where it tests for a lot of the main stuff that people actually do.
The cool shit.
Yeah, like marijuana or cocaine or meth or amphetamine and stuff.
That's all the kids doing out there.
But acid or LSD, any psychedelic, is not even on the list that they test for, because that's an extra test that they have to pay for.
Which is not cheap either.
I don't know, maybe in Colorado they have to do that extra test because they're like, hey, people woke out here.
We need another test.
People woke up. They're not sleeping out here.
They wide awake.
All right, so the organization out in Colorado, they're working on eventually getting a FDA approval for their research on DMT. DMT is like the next step, like after like mushrooms, because it's like the next like the strong psychedelic, like behind like ayahuasca and stuff.
Yeah.
And because like a lot of the clinics out there in Colorado, they're already doing like the marijuana and the ketamine treatment for people. Ketamine, which is legalized like in a lot of states actually, like as far as like doing under like medical research in the clinical lab and stuff, ketamine is actually legal, and that's synthetic shit. You ever heard of going the K-hole? Like if you take too much ketamine, you end up in a bad situation.
No, what's that like?
It's like a quicksand of psychedelic. Ooh. Like you go so far deep, it's almost like your functions are fucked up. This is just what I heard. I don't know the details, but a K-hole don't sound too pleasant.
Oh, K-hole sounds horrible. It sounds K-hole? Mm-hmm. Sounds horrible.
Research is not treatment.
That is true.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, this whole DMT research is still new, even under like all the stuff, because the research they haven't done research on it like publicly for a long time because of how like illegal it was until just recently. And now they're trying to backtrack on all the time that they missed out on doing like the research for everything, especially with psychedelics. That's why it still is new. You know, this is like a new
this is a new breakthrough.
Yeah, this is like a new breakthrough thing that like the medical or the pharmaceutical companies are trying to get involved in also. Yeah. Because to me, I think they're trying to figure out how they can market it best where it can benefit them. Like how they can take the psychedelic and then put it in their favor and how they want to control it. That's why I think ketamine got approved first before a psychedelic mushroom. And ketamine is like a synthetic psychedelic or whatever the hell ketamine is. Yeah.
Shit.
And that's something that they can make like in a lab, and I think they're trying to control like the mental space for like psychedelics now, like with the pharmaceutical big companies. They're like, we want a foothold in this, not you little people.
But it would have to be
it all makes sense, because I think they're just going along with the times, what the people want. And I think like in the future, not even long from now, a lot of the people are actually suffering from all this mental health crisis through all this internet that they're consuming. And everything is all fucked up now. Nobody knows what to think no more.
Nah, man, they're waiting for the internet to tell them.
Judgment's all cloudy. Yeah, they're waiting for...
Internet, tell me what I need to think.
They're waiting for their favorite internet person to tell them...
How do I think and feel?
Yeah, like...
I don't know how to feel.
Is abortion good or bad? Tell me, please, lady.
Internet, please, give me an opinion. I don't have enough time to read. Psychology is... John says psychology is pseudoscience.
Yeah, I mean...
yeah, because the mind, man... the mind is so complicated, man. I don't think anything's, like, definitive a lot of times.
Yeah, the mind is so complicated. We don't even understand it like that.
An organic computer or whatever.
Yeah, and
what can you call it?
And the fact that you can take, like, like a drug that can
Alter it,
expand your views on
beyond this reality.
And the stuff you're seeing is just so mind-boggling to where you're like, hold on, like what's really going on, you know?
Yeah.
That'd definitely like explode like anybody's like mind as far as like what's really going on in this world. Or
Sure.
I mean, it's so hard to tell now.
Yeah.
Definitely hard. And yeah, I think the world needs to see this.
I don't think everybody's ready for it though, man. Some people ain't ready for that check. That nobody likes that push, and I think
Yeah, not everybody. It's
nobody's
like
built for that shit.
But I think like if people were to want to do it, they shouldn't be like stopped or get in trouble for it. You know,
No, just to explore something,
yeah,
something more that could make them better person, or at least put things in perspective. I mean,
yeah, I think it would definitely help. Like I know it's hard to see it if you've never done it, but if you've done it like one time, you'll understand, and then you'll just back off a little bit about like whatever you believe in so strongly. It's not even a big deal no more.
it's like this shouldn't even matter, man.
Yeah, because it's like the little things like that we go through in our life. It means more than like a silly opinion of whatever you believe so strongly.
In the grand scheme of
the
reality, man.
Yeah, the overall spec of your life, it happens so fast, and then you're forgetting about like the little things that do matter, like the people you love in your life that do matter. You miss out on a lot of that because your mind is everywhere else but where it actually matters.
Yeah, right.
It'll make you realize that, and that's when you'll be like, damn, maybe the world needs to just have a little trip just to relax, like step back a little bit and just smell the roses.
Calm down.
Yeah.
Too much overthinking going on out here.
What's going on, chat?
Too much overthinking.
They should be segregated, quarantined. That is wild. We got to come together. Hold hands. We are the world. we are the...
John says, I don't want my neighbors tripping on acid. Me neither, man.
Yeah, definitely. You don't. Yeah.
As long as they keep it in their house. I don't care what they do in the house. Just don't bring it out to my yard.
Yeah, I don't recommend acid. It's too dangerous.
No, that's extreme.
If anything, like if you were to do any type of psychedelic, have it under a controlled environment and have it to where people actually know what they're doing.
Somebody that trusts you and loves you.
Don't do it in no house party environment.
Yeah, they
or in public. It's not. I'm not like promoting it as like a party drug. No way. Jesus says, "I'm not the world." John 17. Are we done with this topic?
Oh, yeah. I was going to ask you questions. Are they setting up a program to send people on these to the other dimensions? That's my question too.
I think they are.
Set up like
and they're doing it like in batches, like people who are volunteers and stuff.
Okay.
To do like this treatment where they're actually doing like the slow drip DMT.
And they send them off on these. It sounds like they send them on missions. That's what it sounds like, man.
Yeah, just to explore, map out the psychedelic world and stuff. Because it's crazy. I can tell you that right now.
Yeah, man.
But like in recent years, we've seen like an uptick with psychedelic research. There's teams at the Imperial College Center of Psychedelic Research in the United Kingdom, as well as the University Hospital at Basel in Switzerland. They are now currently running first studies of extended state DMT.
Extended what?
Extended state DMT.
Okay.
Like the slow drip DMT. So there's like hospitals and universities all around the world now that's actually engaged in the same research that they're actually doing out here in Colorado.
Okay, so they
because they know there's something more to it. That's why.
For sure.
And it's amazing. It's
one thing. I mean, obviously they're probably getting volunteers for this shit.
Yeah, I won't be a volunteer. I'll be like the guy giving the treatment. Next, patient 001.
Colorado, man, that place is always trying to do some shit.
There are two groups of humans: sinners and non-sinners. Good and bad people. I think everybody did bad though.
I don't think even sinners are bad. To tell you the truth, I think
yeah,
sinning
is the way you just look at it, right?
It's a human nature thing too.
Yeah, criminals
and non-criminals. Yeah, I mean you can be somebody who's a non-criminal and be a sinner. Because there's people out there who say who may be future mass murderers and mass shooters one day, but they have not committed a crime yet. So they have no criminal record, but they still got that devil in them. So
Hitler blood.
Until they commit a human crime, like that's a human law.
Yeah, I believe anybody can commit any heinous crime like that.
Straight up.
It depends on like how you're brought up, in the environment you're brought up,
the mind.
Yeah, your surroundings. That's why like everybody when they're born, they get dealt
clean
with.
slate, man. Right?
Yeah, clean slate, but you get dealt with a hand. You just gotta know how to play your hand. If you play your hand incorrectly, it probably leads you to some wild adventure, and then you end up becoming somebody on Netflix documentary.
We don't sin or commit crimes. I don't know. I commit crimes. Well, it's speeding a crime. It's against the law.
Yes.
So yeah, I've sped. In fact, I sped over here.
I actually jaywalked the other day.
You know they're trying to decriminalize that. I think was it California? I think they get rid of that shit altogether because it's a crime. It's like, well, why? Like, now, granted, I can see on certain levels where I can see where
it is dangerous.
It's dangerous as shit, but I think it's like, hey, do it at your own risk. But you probably won't be able to file for no lawsuit if you get hit by a damn car if you didn't use no damn jaywalk. You know what I'm saying?
I think it still should be a crime, but it shouldn't be as like a big fine charge for it. They should just slap you on the wrist and be like, all right, that's $10 or some shit like that.
I don't think it should be a crime. But
if it should have been everybody jaywalking, then it'd be so hard to drive.
But if you get hit by a car, I think it should be at the walker's risk. But if it should be like, but if you get hit by a car without using without using crosswalks, you can't be liable for no lawsuits or none. Because that was your choice to walk across Atlanta traffic.
So you get hit them and you'll be okay.
I know they gonna be fucked up, but I mean,
the driver,
they ain't gonna get no lawsuit. I don't think they should get a lawsuit. Or
yeah, I don't know about that, Chris.
I don't know.
I can't take that.
Use the crosswalk.
Yeah, use the crosswalk. I can't.
I use the crosswalk.
I can't co-sign on that. Yeah. I think it should still be a crime to jaywalk.
Well, if it's a hit and run, if you hit somebody and then like drive off, then it's a crime on the driver. But man, you get hit because you didn't use the crosswalk. This shit's there for a reason. I don't think it should be on the driver unless it was speeding. I mean, if they take things into a lot of things, accountability, like
it shouldn't be like on a driver like that.
Yeah, not too heavy.
But I'm saying don't take that law out to where like the people that do the jaywalking, they should get punished too.
So just keep it like how it is now, because it's a law, but it's like nobody really gets like a ticket for it.
Yeah, because like people driving, they really don't pay attention either.
Man, hell no, they fuck no.
Yeah, they ain't worried about no jaywalker. They just worried about is it red or green.
I don't even think they even worried about that. They worried about like what the fuck is going on their phone.
Because like in Cambodia, right? Like if you get hit by a car in Cambodia, they'll try to kill you because you're actually cheaper dead than alive. Because if they hit you and you're alive, you can sue them for so much money.
Yeah.
So they say if you ever get hit by a car in Cambodia, you better get out the way because they will try to run you over until you die, dude. Oh, they'll put the tires like right over your neck, dude.
Just to stop all of the shit.
And then they'll fucking push down on that fucking bike wheel, and then they get their buddy Ling Ling jump on his shoulders, put more pressure to make sure he stops you from breathing.
So that's murder.
And then they'd be like,
that's murder.
He got in front of my motorcycle and died. Yeah, don't get hit overseas. Like if you don't know like how they play in other countries, try not to get hit by a car.
I know I've seen like a lot of videos in India where you see a car pulling up to a stoplight. There's an infamous video, and he's like this Indian guy walking across the street, but then the car, the guy walking across the street stops in the road on purpose so he can get hit.
Yeah.
But the car stops right before it hits him. So he just throws himself on the hood.
Yeah, I saw that.
It's like the most infamous.
Yeah, they do that a lot in Russia and everything.
So, I'm going to just run his ass over. Fuck it.
All right, so that's it for this topic about the DMT and other dimensions.
All right.
Chris, is you go.
Let's go.
Next topic.
I got some random science news from around the world.
Hey.
The topic I had for tonight originally, I figured we save it for next week because it could be a beefy topic. So I decided to grab some small news. One interesting story that I did come across, this is a couple weeks ago too. Actually, it might have been last year. This is a story from South Korea where South Korean citizens can now import life-size sex dolls. All right, so
South Korea?
South Korea.
So they couldn't do that before?
They couldn't do it before, and the reason why is because the South Korean government, they were like stepping into like people's personal lives, which I don't agree with at all. The government needs to govern and leave people the hell alone. But they were getting inside of people's like lives and There were men who were going on trips or whatever, or just want to leave South Korea, and they're going through customs. Their sex dolls were like just getting snatched from them and getting thrown into customs, and it was all because South Korea wanted to promote a society based off of like a high morality. Like, hey, we don't have men running around out here having sex with sex dolls, and
it's embarrassing.
It's embarrassing, and how dare you bring your sex doll on the plane with you all folded up and deflated, and you think you'll just blow her up again in a damn hotel room with a
no wig on,
with an air mattress pump and shit. And so South Korea, but basically what happened was that the courts basically overturning the whole situation because it was starting to infringe on the rights of people, where what people do in their bedroom doesn't have anything to do with like the morality or this picture you're trying to paint of society. What happens in people's bedrooms, that's their own privacy. The government needs to stop trying to get inside people's bedrooms. That's none of their business. Now, as far as like public display, if they were having sex with like the sex dolls in public, okay, that's different. But in their bedroom, that's within their own four walls. They ain't got nothing to do with anything.
Not messing with nobody.
They ain't no messing with nobody. And some of the clips I was looking at too were with South Korean men. They had like sex dolls that they were perfectly cool with them. They was like, yo, like, we go out, we hang out, and
like go out. Like, what do you mean go out?
Like sit on the beach and like taking pictures of my sex doll on the beach on a towel, and
pretty bold,
doing one of these like these poses, like
he's living his life.
But it's like it ain't hurt nobody.
If you could be like that free to where you really don't even care anymore, the dude is living his life.
He's happy.
I'm happy for him. Like, hey, do your thing.
In South Korea,
I couldn't do it, but
no, that's not me. That's I would have kept it in the bedroom.
I wouldn't shame that. I'd be like, hey, more power to you. I fucking.
Oh, you happy?
That's respect. Like, you're really that like cool with yourself, and I would hug him right there on the beach.
I'm like, did you take a psychedelic trip and then realize that you just need to just be you?
He probably did.
You know what I'm saying? That you have to.
I was like, you probably would have to take a psychedelic trip
to get to that level, man.
Yeah, you're like, damn, this is the only life like here right now.
That's all I got, and I want to be happy.
And I want to be out here with my doll out here on the beach.
Feel the sand between my feet and her.
Because tomorrow's not guaranteed. And he wanted to do that same day. I was like, dude.
Me and my silicone baby, we just want to enjoy the sun.
He definitely reached like a level of enlightenment.
Like, that's not too many people will feel even comfortable doing that shit. I don't care. Like, most people won't do it.
I haven't reached that level yet.
I could never reach that level.
That's why I'm going to repeat this life again.
Go.
Meanwhile, that dude on the beach, when he passes away...
He passed the test.
Floats up like a god.
He passed the test. He passed the test.
He's like, I'm out. he floats off into like the, Aurora lights and shit.
Fuck you guys.
It's like Aurora lights. Like he's like swimming through that shit. Peace out.
Oh, no.
Oh, we're losing connection?
No, the camera went out.
Oh, shit. We were too deep. We got too deep. No, it came back.
Okay. Damn, it scared me.
Excuse me.
But it's just like, I mean, that's their people's lives, man. And there was also something I saw too where this Japanese guy, his sex doll, his family, and his 3 kids all live in the same house. And then his sex doll is just like around the house is just like this is like a part of the family, man. So I mean, I'm like, this is like
so they're really open with that.
Yeah, they, at least at the very point where they're trying to fight for within South Korea is that this is within our bedroom.
Wait, so what is the Korean government doing like with the people with sex dolls?
Oh no, so what they was doing was saying like, hey, this is like a morality check.
So what are they actually going in the buildings and checking or what?
No, well, like a lot of sex dolls that was getting confiscated were being held by the airports, by customs agencies, and they.
So when they're ordering it.
Yeah, when they're ordering it, or when they try to travel with it, or anything like. And that's when they were trying to take it, and then now the government is like taking a step back and allowing the actually people just keep their shit.
Yeah, I never heard of anything where people were actually traveling with their sex dolls.
I mean, they go on vacation.
Like, do they gotta buy the extra seat on the airplane?
No, that's how you keep it cheap. You gotta deflate it. That's how you save money.
Oh, that's the cheap sex
dolls. Just say cheap. Just and then fold it up.
I thought it was like the real silicone one.
Well, nah, I think that. Well, for what article I was reading too was saying that the sex dolls they use over there are like cheap plastic. So I'm not. I was probably like the old school like.
Oh,
sex doll like this. That's what I'm thinking about.
Back in 90, 95 or whatever.
Mouth is like.
Yeah, I was actually watching a documentary accidentally, but I was watching a documentary. I don't know if it's Vice or one of those crazy YouTube channels, but they were talking about like the new sex dolls that they're releasing, or there's already been released, but they're so like lifelike, and the skin and everything, that texture of the skin, to where like it almost looks like real, the right? Person, yeah, it almost looks like really real, and the person who buys it gets shipped out in like a fucking coffin crate looking thing.
Yeah, it's like a whole body coffin crate. Yeah, those are the real ones, man.
Yeah, and then they got the nice voluptuous, you know.
Do you see the one with the gray hoodie?
Juicy parts, huh?
There's like one sex doll they had like a gray hoodie.
No.
She had big boobs and a fat ass, but it was like it had a whole lot of people, a whole lot of men on the internet were like, I don't know, man. Y'all trying to replace women now? This is kind of She looked like a real woman, but she a sex doll, and you can't fold it. Like I said, it came in like the large case. So
yeah, like it's straight up like a real sex doll.
I would even be, man. I don't even want that shit even delivered to my house because my neighbors be like, oh, he fucking a doll. Like,
yeah, like can I get it delivered via dark web?
Yeah.
To like somebody that works like for like a dark web website, he delivers like with a bicycle and shit.
Yeah, man. And it's like, can you deliver at night when everyone's sleeping? I
when everybody's sleeping.
Just knock on my door real loud.
And know the password to like your garage and shit.
Yeah, they put it in there, then
drop it in, just leave a little kiss, and then just leave.
Yeah, but it says it's a little kiss.
The most secret way of like delivering like a little sex doll, because you have like a weird jungle kink and shit, you know.
Hey man, let people live their lives, man.
But here's like the weird thing. It's like I heard like with the sex dolls, how they're trying to cater to like pedophiles. They will make like sex dolls like in the shape of a child.
I was gonna get onto that too,
which I think is so fucking crazy, dude.
Now I was about to say that though. Now.
And they're all sold out.
So it says no.
I'm just playing. I made all that up.
It says, all right, so like I was saying, like South Korea had formally banned all imports of full body sex dolls, ending years of debate over how much the government can interfere in private life. It says, although there are no laws or regulations banning the import of sex dolls, hundreds, perhaps thousands, have been seized by customs and da-da-da-da-da. They took a shit ton of them from people. But now that the law has been passed that the import of these sex dolls can happen, these people can get their sex dolls that have been held in customs for years. They're going to get their baby back. They're going to get their
how dare they
the plastic babies back once and for all. But it says Customs Service said it will still ban the import of child sex dolls, others embodying certain people. It said in other countries like the United States, Australia, and UK have also banned child-like sex dolls. Which when I came across the story, I didn't realize it was child sex dolls until it never crossed my mind until I was reading about this.
Here's my thing about that whole shit. Who the hell is making child sex dolls in the first place?
Do we really want to know? It could be the government. I don't know. Who would allow the production of this?
Let's find that company and wipe that company out.
They could be fronters like, hey, man, like we just make sex dolls that's grown people. Like we just make grown adults, and then in the basement they make child sex dolls.
I can see like the argument on both sides too.
With that, yeah, for sure.
The argument would be like the people who's trying to be cool with it. Like, well, if we make like these sex dolls for these adults, they wouldn't be, you know, eyeballing these real childs. You know, they'd be like, their needs would be fulfilled with these sex dolls.
Instead of actually doing it with real kids.
Instead of doing it with the kids. And they're like, we're just trying to do society a favor.
We're trying to help out the kids. Because
I'm like, damn, man.
I see what you're saying.
So it's like
because these people going to be people.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? People.
But the whole idea of that in the first place is just
it's disturbing.
So yeah, disturbing. It's bizarre.
But would you rather they have the outlet with these sex dolls, child sex dolls, or your kid walking down the street and they kidnap them?
Man, if I could take the bullet for that shit, dude, I'll tell them to use my body. I'm just playing.
I'll be the sacrifice.
Pretend I'm just playing. No. But yeah, that's so crazy. Like, it's almost like they're trying to normalize this.
Oh no, for sure.
Yeah. Scary world, dude. That's why fuck that to have a robot baby.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying, man? Or just let these men keep their kids tolerant, whatever size they want.
Females too. They're just as
no,
bad.
they're just bad. Yeah, they ain't just men now. There's women out there too. Men just take the heat for that shit a lot though.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah. So that's it for that story. Like, yeah.
That's such a wild story because it actually goes into like my next story that I'm about to talk about.
Oh,
which is a man who lives with his life-size silicone model of his dead wife. You heard about this?
Yo, this is new to me. No, I don't know.
Yeah. So I'm gonna take a quick break, but when we come back, we're gonna talk about that.
Yes, sir.
We're back. All right. So a man lives with a life-size silicone model of his dead wife.
All right.
All right, so welcome to today's episode of Unusual Love Sex Stories.
Oh shit!
All right, so today we're sharing a heart-wrenching yet heartwarming story of a man who went to the great lengths to honor his late wife's final wishes.
Oh,
this is actually his late wife wishes.
Oh, this is what she wanted. Okay.
Yeah, and so Tapas Sendaya, a retired government employee from India West Bengal, lost his wife of 39 years. In 2021, during COVID-19, she was taken to the hospital and then forced into isolation. Long story short, she passed away. And then to fulfill his wife's last wishes, which where she wanted like an artist to make like a silicone statue of her, like a life-like statue of her. Yeah. I should have got the picture. I apologize. I forgot, but the picture do look just like her. Like it looks like a real person sitting with him on the couch, which is so creepy. But it was so like, damn, like they went out their way to really actually do this.
If you can find it, send it to me. I'll put it on TikTok and shit.
Okay, yeah.
I'll do it like that.
Remind me too.
Yeah.
But so it took like 6 months and around like $3,000 on this project. Then they actually made it happen, and now he's just sitting in his house with this lifelike statue, silicone statue of his wife, like wearing like the clothes that she was wearing and everything.
That's beautiful, but at the same time, it's like you ain't having sex with no one else. Like you would not have sex with anyone else in this house if I die.
Yeah.
And if you do, keep looking at me sitting on the couch, and it's gonna make you take a step back.
She locked that shit down.
Yo,
even in the afterlife. They're like, you want to get married to me? All right. Like, okay, when I die, you got to make sure you make a model of me.
She was like,
leave it in the house.
She's like, you know that line from Death Do Us Part? Not in this household. Like, death won't even stop us. I'll still be here. In your dreams or any other hole you can think of calling your wife, I'm going to be there.
Yeah, any other girl that he brings over to their house,
I'm going to be right there on the couch.
It's going to be greeted by her.
Damn.
That is scary. But it's crazy how, like, it took 6 months to make it, and it only cost $3,000.
That's not bad, honestly.
So the price...
I thought it'd be more.
Yeah, I would think like 60,000
American dollars.
So,
I mean, can he do anything with it?
I don't know.
Oh, okay. It just sits on the couch.
I don't think it has like the sex doll features.
Okay, I was wondering if it had like, slots.
Maybe just like the upper body, everything is like realistic, but nothing down there works.
Like, damn, so I can't even do nothing.
But that would be weird though.
If she made it to be like,
if it was functional.
I wanted to feel like me too when he's on top. Like,
I want him to feel every ridge that's in my body,
every groove, all of it.
Make sure you add the G spot.
Oh man,
add the butthole too.
I'm good. Add the balloon knot.
Add the butt.
And I want you to slim me down like I'm in my 20s. Like you, I want to, not like how I look then, but
P90X body.
You right? Yeah. Yo, fucking
ab ripper X.
It make me how I used to be. Oh man, shit. I mean that's sweet, but at the same time it's kind of like I don't know.
That was the last wish. You know what my last wishes are? Like if I were to die, anybody hearing this, you family member. One of you guys got to fulfill this. After you cremate my body, right? Take half the ashes, get a drone, let that drone carry my ashes, drop it in an active volcano.
Oh, shit.
That's all I want.
And what about the rest of the ashes?
Keep it in the house. Well, for whatever my loved ones, they can spread out my ashes.
Yeah, man.
But like half of it, throw it in a volcano.
Well, I know that story of this one dude that I think everybody knows this story, but the guy who his wife died, and then when he got he got his name, like her name tattooed on him or some shit like that.
Yeah,
but her ashes were mixed into the
ink.
Yeah. Oh, that was dope.
Yeah, I saw another one where they just took shots of the ashes.
I have seen that one too. Yeah.
That's just nasty because you don't even know the ashes is all.
Oh, that's the whole body, man. That's everything.
Yeah, because you're scraping, like, where they cremate you, right? They're scraping other ashes from previous bodies.
Previous bodies, man. I remember.
So you're taking shots of, like, Bilbo Baggins, too.
I remember back in the early 2000s, right? There was this black dude whose dad had passed away, and he wound up taking over like his funeral company, and apparently this dude didn't want anything to be. I guess he had like prior dreams of wanting to become something else in life, but when his father passed away, he had to take over the family business, and it was a cremating business as well too. And so when he had to deal with the cremation of people's bodies, instead of like cremating bodies, I think he was just like dumping them somewhere, but he was like burning firewood and like putting the ashes in cans.
I heard about that.
Yeah, that was like a long time ago, man. But
they were giving like fake shit.
Yeah, he was giving like just wood ash, I guess. And
yeah.
And the family were like, "What the hell? This ain't in my fucking family." And I guess he was like dumping them in graves or something. But
yeah, I mean,
he didn't want to do the job, so
it makes sense too to do it like that because what are you really gonna check the ashes?
Yeah, and also too, the guy was like, I ain't trying to burn no bodies for a living because. From my understanding,
like here's the thing: like it actually takes a lot of like gas and energy to burn all that. Because it takes a long time to actually burn the body,
especially the bones, man. That's just,
so it's like, I'm not gonna use all that shit to raise the gas prices. No, I'm just gonna give you some piece of wood.
And the guy too was like,
how did they find that out that he was doing that though?
I think one of the family members got suspicious of it,
so they sniffed the ashes.
Like, this don't taste like Nana, and then.
This don't taste like...
No, she ain't taste like this.
This is not Bilbo Baggins' dick. This tastes like a fucking birch wood from Canada. What the fuck is this?
Oh, my God.
Some low-grade wood from Home Depot. What is going on? This is sawdust.
Oh, my God, this motherfucker.
Get in here, Billy. Smell these ashes. I smell it like... Yeah, that's
you
like...
confirm it?
That's aisle 5 Home Depot, birch wood from Canada.
This ain't Nana for sure.
No.
But I think one of the family members
this is not even a good tree.
The family members did get suspicious of his like the burning of the bodies, and then once they did an investigation, I think they found like some mass grave or something. This was like a long time ago. This is years and years ago.
That dude's gonna have to battle a lot of ghosts when he dies.
Yeah, man, I wouldn't go nowhere in that graveyard.
We're gonna wait for you to die, then we're gonna have a field day with you.
Yeah. We'll let you sweat this out.
They start floating like.
But I think he got like plenty of jail time for it, if I'm not mistaken. But that was
Yeah, hopefully he got enough jail time to where he's not punished like in Afterworld that much.
But also too is a very cautionary tale of let your kids be what they want to be, because he got put into the situation of taking over the family business when he didn't want to in the first place. So he had dreams to be something else, and so he kind of just.
So he had a cold heart.
Yeah, and he's like, I don't care about these damn bodies, because he probably didn't even like dead bodies, man. That's why he probably didn't want to burn them.
So he just had an ice box like where his heart used to be.
Yeah. It's a good song. God.
But yeah, damn.
That's a dad joke right there. It's like a borderline dad joke.
Dad joke with the 6-pack.
All right.
But yeah, he had a replica of his wife.
All right. Well, shout out to him. I hope he's happy. Man, I wonder if like, oh my God, I could imagine like his wife sitting on the couch and everywhere he moves, she has like the Mona Lisa eyes. Like no matter where you go, it's like still looking at you.
Every step you take,
every move you make,
I'll be watching you.
She is on your ass, man. You better not bring no girl over.
You better not bring no hood rat.
Who's this hoe?
And that concludes today's episode of Unusual Love Stories.
All right.
Next story. That was heartwarming, right?
Yeah, that was a good one.
Heartwarming story.
You
want to talk about Prince Harry real quick?
Yo, let's get into that. Yeah. Let's talk about it.
All right, so like Prince Harry, his book just got released. Yeah. But one thing like I picked out from the whole story with the whole Prince Harry thing is that he had spoken to a psychic lady who claimed to have a message from his late mother, Princess Diana.
Yes.
And in the Prince Harry new book, what was the new book called? Spare. All right, so he talks about meeting a psychic who claimed to be able to talk to his late mother, Princess Diana. He was skeptical, but when he went to go meet the lady, the psychic told him that Diana's spirit was with her right now. And then she was telling him a story about a time like in Prince Harry's life to where she was there at that moment when everything was happening, was when I was telling you how it was an incident that on a one Christmas where an ornament that his son had broke it, and then the son tried to fix it. The psychic said that Princess Diana, like, she was there at the time where the ornament broke, and then they were trying to fix it during one Christmas with Prince Harry.
And Diana witnessed it.
Yeah, and Diana, she's already dead, and she witnessed like her son dealing with that with his son. And when the psychic lady told him that, he freaked out, and he was like, okay, this is like the real deal. The psychic lady was able to tap in and able to speak to his mother, because nobody knows about that story. Prince Harry,
just him and the kid would know, right?
It's just him and his kid.
And the family, I guess.
Yeah, just a regular Christmas, and the kid broke the ornament. They were trying to fix it together. And then, the psychic lady said, yeah, your mom was there. She saw it. She thought it was a wholesome moment. Like you and your son, like she was so, like, happy to see, like, her kid with his kid trying to fix the ornament.
I could say it's be like a huge relief for him, because there was a story that my mom told me about the book Spare. Because, my mom has the book. She's been following the royal family and all that type of stuff since she was like a teenager. She's always been big in that type of like that lore. So when she got the book, she was telling me the other day when I was talking to my mom, she told me that in the book, the night that Princess Diana died, Prince Charles, which is Prince Harry's father, he walked into his room the night, like, that happened. And Harry was sitting in his bed by himself. And he was like, hey, son, like, he didn't even hug him or nothing. He just stood at the foot of his bed. He's like, hey, like, I'm just letting you know that, something happened to your mom. She got into a car accident. Like, it's Harry, he was like a little, I remember fucking seeing Harry at the funeral when it happened. He was like a little boy at the time.
Yeah, I remember that.
And Harry was like, in his bed asking his dad, like, well, what happened? Is she okay? He says, no, she didn't make it. And and I'm sorry. And then he just like walked out the room and left. And then left him in his bedroom by himself to like cry by himself. Because he had already moved on from Diana. He was married, like, he was already hooking up with his damn mistress, Camilla, I think her name is. But Charles was already hooking up with his mistress, Camilla. And so Harry would just he said, like, he didn't, I remember my mom was telling me that in the book, he says, he didn't cry that night at all. He says, in fact, he never cried about his mother's death until the funeral when he was putting her into the ground. But other than that, like, his brain kind of built like this weird wall against it of, like, because he never had time to grieve. His father was like, hey, she died, moved on. And he's in the bedroom by himself, couldn't even make sense of the situation. And as time went on, like, I guess the funeral happened. He cried there, and after that, he's like, I have never cried since then because my brain's built like this, kind of like a defense against it. So I could see like that, him talking to that psychic or whatever, could be like a relief or something to him, because he never had no time to grieve when she passed away. So the book is deep, man. I heard the book is very good, man.
Damn, that makes me want to get the book.
My mom has been reading it. She's been telling me about for anybody who doesn't understand the title of Spare, it's based off of like how Prince Harry, it was basically just being born to be spare parts for his brother.
That is so
wild. In case he has like a kidney failure or anything, or some type of blood transfusion, go to Harry, because that's what he's here for.
So he was basically born to be like an organ donor.
Or anything, in case something happens to his brother. His older brother, which will be the king after Charles.
Like, if his liver went bad from drinking too much.
Or anything
Prince Harry was just the
dude you'd spare a kid.
Damn, that's so crazy.
It's a horrible existence, man. When you realize,
isn't that wild? So that ties into like a lot of other weird conspiracies about how other people were actually manufactured just for their body organs.
Parts.
Yeah, and then you can imagine this is just one like elite.
This is royalty, man.
Yeah, one elite royal family. Like, can you imagine other royal families in other nations? Like in Japan, they got princes and royal people out there too, right? Do they?
I don't think they have dynasties anymore.
Well, I mean, just for example, like, I'm pretty sure there's other countries that have like a lot of like
like Saudi Arabia and shit. They got like
royal blood, yeah,
they got like princes and shit.
Where they would need like organ donors like on tap, put everything, their body part, their blood type, everything perfect, lines up with the blood and everything. The royal blood.
The royal blood. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I know. I think after saved like King Charles. Now he's king now since Queen Elizabeth died. He's king now. But if King Charles dies, then I think William, his oldest brother, will get it, and then I don't think Harry's even gonna be alive. Harry won't even be alive to ever see it, because then William's son would then be in next in line to be king, and then there's all other shit. It's just, but yeah,
so he was never gonna be like
you're just
like the king.
You're the spare tire. That's a horrible existence, man. Don't nobody want to be the spare tire.
That's why
nobody want to be the NPC.
Yeah, that's why he went to Compton. You know.
Oh, he's like, yo, let me get my Compton queen.
Yeah, let her crip walk into his life.
She was like, she's like, Harry, you gotta understand your own real worth. You're not a spare tire, boy. Like, you're a man that I love. And he left all that shit behind and wrote a book.
Take those pants off.
And they got kids, and I get why he would like take his family away from the royal family after everything that happened to his mother.
Yeah, because it's so corrupted.
Yeah, it's so corrupted, because Diana was never a part of the family in the first place. She was an outsider.
I heard Princess Diana, she had like an affair with an Arabian dude.
Yeah, some shit like that.
An Egyptian.
Yeah, I think she had an affair. Well, her and Charles will both have an affair on each other, and I think they all took Charles aside because he is royalty, and she's just like some lady that he fell in love with, and then kind of got married into the royal family, and so they never liked her. So that's what always been rumors that they're the ones who killed her that night with the paparazzi, because the royal family and the paparazzi in England, they have like this symbiotic relationship going on. Very weird, man. They kind of like, a lot of times it's like the royal family does what the paparazzi wants them to do. Very weird shit, man. And it seems like Harry kind of caught wind of it. Like,
royal people play different.
Yeah, it's a different ball game, man. And I can see why he would want to separate his family from all that shit, especially what happened with his mother, because now he done marry outside of the royal bloodline, and
like way outside.
Your Compton queen.
Yeah,
they might knock her off. So
holding it down.
They're way outside too. She ain't even white. She's like she way outside, man.
Way outside.
So they really might get her ass. I remember when she first had a kid, they was trying to figure out.
That should be a Disney movie, you know.
A movie.
That's like the realest Aladdin. Like reverse Aladdin.
Insane.
Reverse Aladdin.
Flip it.
Hey, what they say in the chat? It's Saudi Arabia and the journalist that went missing.
Oh, shit. Yeah.
You know about that?
Jamal Khashoggi, I think his name is. There was a couple of years ago.
Basketball player?
He was a journalist in Saudi Arabia. He was like really good at exposing like the royal family in Saudi Arabia, and
that's a rough.
It was horrible, man. What they did to that man was horrible, because they got like, I guess he was like always like he was a Saudi Arabian citizen and an American journalist out here in America, and I guess he may have been like exposing the Saudi Arabian like family too much, or the royal family, because they involved in some wild shit too. And so one day, I think that he was suspecting that they was coming after him, but they had like somehow like lured him to this location, like a restaurant.
Oh shit!
I think they was making him think it was his girlfriend that was texting him, but it was like these goons that was working for the Saudi Arabian prince. So you see him on CCTV camera. This is like back in like 2017. You see him like walk into like this restaurant, and he never walks back out ever again. But then when they show like some hours later or some time later, walking up the back of the restaurant, are these guys like dressed up in like whatever kind of goon clothes they got on, and they're carrying trash bags.
Oh my god!
So what happened is he went to the restaurant, got to altercation with some like the prince's like soldiers or guards or whatever, and they choked him and killed his ass, and they chopped his body up and put him in plastic bags. To this day, they still can't find his body, but
and they never will.
And they never will. And he was engaged at the time too, and I think they had his girlfriend or his fiance in the news talking about it. Like, I don't know, like I didn't call him to the restaurant, like, but apparently the authorities had to step in, and they had to lock up some of the damn people that did the murder. They get charged for like first degree murder now. Saudi Arabia.
So they should.
It's definitely, but they killed this journalist dude. That was horrible situation.
Hard out there to be a journalist, man.
It was fucking insane.
Rojam says he was too critical of the royalty, and they lured him into the embassy.
Yes, to the embassy. That's what it wasn't a restaurant. It was an embassy. Sorry.
He had to get rid of his ID and his marriage, and his wife waited outside the whole time.
Why they killed his ass?
Then some other dude walked in in
his clothes. Because they try to make it seem like he survived, but it was somebody else wearing his clothes, because after they killed him, they had him walk.
Man, this is some fucking season 1 of fucking
crazy, man.
Breaking backs.
Yeah, I think it was like maybe 2018 or some shit. I want to say 2017, 2018.
Jesus Christ.
Insane story. And he was just a journalist that was just doing his job and doing his work, man. He's like I said, his fiance.
too close to the sun, huh?
Got too close.
burned.
And then, of course, like these guys who did the murder, they just got their hands dirty. They're not the one who did the order. That was the prince who probably sent them out. But man, come on, you ain't gonna lock up no prince.
They're just a tool. Yeah, exactly.
But I know the guys that did do the murder, they're on. Like I haven't heard the story in a while, so
they're taking all the heat.
They're taking all the heat. They're all going to jail. I don't think we tried, I guess, but.
Who's your boss? Like, man, I don't know, man. I just applied to this job.
I was on Indeed.com. I was looking for something.
Yeah, they probably have like an app, like like the most fucking extreme jobs, all the way down to like actually murdering somebody.
I thought I was supposed to be just doing security.
Who's gonna take this job? Like a $10 million job to assassinate a journalist.
I kill a fucking journalist.
That dude was probably swiping up on his phone like, 10 million. Oh fuck that. Swipe.
Nah, I'm good on that. Nah, but that was a sad story, man. Sad story. And
that is crazy.
In Saudi Arabia, especially with how that country is, which all they do is fund terrorists anyways. Because doing 9/11. Out of the 12 terrorists that was involved in the whole shit.
It's funded by U.S. though.
Shit, Saudi Arabia. They none of the terrorists came from Saudi Arabia. They breed terrorists over there, man. Saudi Arabia's a weird place, man. They got a lot of money and they getting messy with some shit, man.
Black money,
man. A whole lot of shit. Yeah. If you're a government and you start knocking off journalists, there is a fucking problem. It's because journalists are supposed to be the ones who bring the news to the people. They're supposed to be the voice of corruption. And then you've got people of power start knocking them off, man. There's this imbalance.
Yeah, that makes it like scary for people who wants to bring out like the truth.
Dude, yeah.
Especially if they know like something's really corrupted and then they have that voice to actually bring the truth out. Mm-hmm. That's a very scary position to be in, dude.
Oh hell yeah! I'll be start up your car, boom.
Yeah, the only way like it works if you're backed up by like 1 million people.
It has to be a group movement. It can't be just a singular person, man.
That's why they're afraid of these group movements. They don't like these big movements like that.
You can't kill an idea.
They try to stop these big movements from happening because they can't take out everybody.
No, man.
But if you're going solo like that as a journalist trying to expose something, shit.
Yeah, man, we know where you stay at, what time you eat.
You better know who's your right, left hand man, like real close. They can set you up so easy.
Oh man, yeah, you're just one entity.
Yeah, you're like, oh, you're one dude. You're not even a movement or nothing.
You don't even have a Facebook account.
How many followers, like physical followers, do you have?
0? Oh, you done.
Yeah, I mean, check the track record of Jesus.
Oh yeah, people.
Jesus walks.
Oh yeah, people.
No, I mean the laugh, like religion people. I get it. But yeah, like you could even be Son of God walking out here with like 1,000 followers and then you still get crucified. So come on.
I mean,
has the world changed that much from when that happened?
No respect.
Yeah, come on. You're a journalist, okay?
Where Jamo says they're the biggest buyers of U.S. artillery. Yeah, the U.S. and like Saudi Arabia have like this weird relationship, man. You would think they would go harder against Saudi Arabia due to 9/11, but it's still buddy with them. Same with like Israel. They don't.
Come on.
Why y'all being cool with them unless y'all did 9/11 yourselves? U.S. government
with the head tilt. I got a piece of bad. You have another story, right?
I got one more, and then we can wrap it up if you want.
Yeah. Okay. One more break, and then we're gonna wrap it up with one more story. Be right back. And we're back for the last segment of the show. This is gonna close it out for us.
All right.
What we got, Jesus?
All right. Trying to decide between two stories right now. So we got a cancer story that they found a cure for, or cyclones in Antarctica. Because not Antarctica, the Arctic. Because these cyclones are getting stronger and they're tearing shit up. So I'm trying to decide. Let's go with let's do the cancer one. This is more hopeful.
I was gonna say that too. Let's go for cancer.
Let's go with the cancer story. This
for
is
100.
This is more of a hopeful story. All right, so basically, damn, my notes just went away. All right, so revolutionary cancer vaccine simultaneously kills and prevents brain tumors.
Damn. So
basically, what is going on is that this team of doctors have basically just figured out a way how to deal with the brain tumors and cancer cells. How they're trying to do it is like they're trying to narrow it down to a specific location where the source of the tumor is coming from and whatnot. And what they're trying to do is they're trying to do like a gene engineering of where they're going to turn the cancer cells that's spreading throughout the brain. They're going to they're kind of like reverse engineering, well, not reverse engineer, but kind of like using CRISPR, using CRISPR technology to actually manipulate the cancer cells and turning it into this type of like a dirty bomb, if you will. So even though they're cancer cells, when they have to go back to the tumor, they're going to basically be infected with to be a cure to actually kill the tumor itself. If that makes sense. So tumor is sending out all these cancerous like shit throughout the brain. They're gonna grab one of like the actual cancerous activity that's going out there and basically isolate it. Well, not isolate it, but use like gene engineering where they're gonna repurpose the cancer cells to develop a therapeutic that kills tumors and simultaneously simulates the immune system and destroys system to both destroy the primary tumors and the cancer, prevent cancer. So basically, like the shit that's going out there.
Yeah.
Gene.
Basically, like they're grabbing like the cancerous like DNA strand and they're re-engineering that strand of DNA.
So once it goes back to the
like
tumor,
whatever bomb, then when it attaches itself back to the tumor, it blows it up. Like
it's gonna,
that's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, it's gonna like with the cancer that's going out there. Because I guess I didn't notice, but a lot of it goes back to the source of the tumor. But once they engineer it to be like this cure bomb, once it goes back to the tumor, it's gonna take this shit with them and then affect it from the source. Because I think the issue too they have with is that it's hard for them to detect the source sometimes, but you can catch the scent. You can catch the cancers going out there, but the source of it might be difficult. So you gotta catch the cancer. The cancer has to return back to the tumor source. But once it does, it's bringing back the cure.
Surprise!
Like, hey, badoom.
Excuse me.
Says using gene. Says cancer vaccines are an active area of research for many labs, but the approach that what this doctor named Shah and his colleagues have taken is distinct. Instead of using inactive tumor cells, the team repurposes the living tumor cells, which possesses an unusual feature. Like homing pigeons returning to roost, living tumor cells will travel long distances across the brain to return to the site of their fellow tumor cells. Taking advantage of this unique property, Shah's team engineered living tumor cells using gene editing tool from CRISPR and repurposed them to release tumor cells killing agents. In addition, the engineered tumor cells were designed to express factors that would make them easy to immune systems to spot, tag, and remember, priming the immune system. Long story short, anyways, they're basically tagging this shit, and these cancer cells are going back. Like I said, they're repurposing it with CRISPR. That was what caught my story, but I was like, okay, CRISPR's now you're engineering a cancer.
Yeah, I'm invested in that company.
It's good. It's fuck, dude.
But like I know, like man, that company, it could be good or bad.
It could go either way, yeah, for sure. Yeah.
But looking at it like from the standpoint of like making money, it's a making money company.
It's
for the future.
Whenever you can get down to this level in engineering cancer cells to actually become purposeful to destroying the cancer of a tumor,
right? So like,
what can they not do with
the
it?
Possibility is like endless. Like any company that's involved with like genetic engineering, like a human DNA, you would be smart to invest in a company like this. Yeah. If you're just trying to make money,
because they're just going because the people involved in and of itself are going to just invest more into making it better.
Right.
Especially with someone like cancer.
Think about it like long term, 10 years from now, right? You would think like people with money would be clamoring over like a science like this to where they can actually manipulate the DNA of their child that's being born. Making sure,
baby,
making sure their baby comes out with like the best genes possible so they can, dunk on LeBron or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you would think like it's one of those businesses like it's like the, I don't know, like Gucci science or whatever, however you want to call it. But this is gonna be like one of the companies that's gonna be like on top of like genetically modifying the DNA of humans, and it's gonna be a big deal in the future.
I mean, yeah, because especially like how the human body produces like cancer and stuff like that. I could definitely see in the future this is going to extend human life.
Like let's say like for example, like in your family tree, most of your family members, they all died from like a heart, like a heart problem, or like from cancer a lot.
Alzheimer's.
And then you could be like the change in your family tree. You'd be like, all right, my kids are not going to have any of these genes because I'm going to manipulate their DNA using CRISPR technology. So when my child is born, he's not going to be born with these defects of like heart problems or cancer or whatever disease that runs in your family bloodline.
Yeah.
And then your child will be like the new child in your bloodline that's going to carry on a clean gene.
Yeah.
And then when he grow up, and then he'd be like, all right, I want to keep my clean genes running through my veins. So they would go back to the company, CRISPR, like, hey, hook me up. I want to make sure I have like clean genes for my kids. I didn't think about that in the future. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 years, CRISPR will be like probably one of the biggest companies in like,
most sought after thing.
Modifying human DNA. And it's going to be the norm like within 30 years. Like, oh yeah, I have enough money. I'm going to make sure my kid comes out
for sure,
fucking smart as shit and can dunk on late LeBron.
And live to 120. Like, you know what I'm saying? This could extend life. Like,
yeah, 120 would be the cap. That's what I heard.
I thought about this the other day too with human life and how long we are able to survive. As far as how long humans can live, we do not live for a very long time in the grand scheme of a whole lot of shit. But most humans don't even make it to 100. And I think the reason why this crossed my mind too the other day, and this is before I even came across the story, is just that with human life, and you got some people like, I think this crossed my mind when I was thinking about like racist people, and I'm like, okay, if somebody in their 60s or 70s are racist, can they ever become not racist anymore? And I'm like, but at the end of their life, well, not 60s, but in their 70s, 80s, that's the twilight years. Can they really change? Would they change if they had more time? Like, to live to 120? Would they stop being racist? Like, you know what I'm saying? That's what crossed my mind the other day. Would the world be a better place if people had time to learn more? I think that's why I was thinking the other day. Like, would the world be if you could live to 120, where people would grow to be more wiser and get hate out of heart or whatever. Because it's 70 or it's 60 or 70 years old too short for us to become better people?
I think it is too short.
Like, if it was longer, would we have more time to grow and make better decisions? And
I think so. Like, I never looked at it like that, but
it crossed my mind the other day. I was in the shower or some random shit thinking about it. I don't know.
Yeah, now I'll be thinking about that. But yeah, I think we for humans to actually like change like that, especially like when they're already born like racist like that, and they live throughout their whole life like that until they're like 60, I would think it's so hard for them to get out of that type of like mental state where they believe that shit so strong like that.
But if you can live to like 120. That's a whole nother 60 years
when you put that in the mix, I would be like, yeah, I think there would be still a possibility to get people to change like their views on people.
Maybe live a little bit more.
Yeah, or like I said, take just one mushroom trip to humble your ass.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. Like, that's what I was thinking when I said live a little bit more.
Like, sit your fucking ass down. Like,
you've been here for 60 years acting this way.
Yeah, like chill out. Like, the way you're acting is like, that does nothing good for nobody.
Yeah, like in some kind of way, make 60 like the new middle-aged life. Like,
yeah, the new 30.
Yeah, because you got like another 60 years ahead of you after that.
Yeah.
More time to grow, man.
Yeah, because like I think like any psychedelic trip will make you realize how little time that you have here.
Man, it's only limited, man. Oh,
but it'll show you like. It'll show you so much like that's going on in your life. That's why I'm like, man, everybody should take it at least one time, but proper way. It'll show you so much that you can change now, and then it makes you appreciate it so much because you're still alive, you know?
Yeah.
Because most people, like, what they regret, like, on their deathbed, you know, they live through their whole life, and then on their deathbed, they have all these crazy regrets, saying like, oh, I should have done more in life. Oh, I should have just chased my dream instead of working like this job the whole time, trying to be safe the whole time, you know?
Yeah.
They regret like stuff that they wanted to do, but they put that on the back burner because they try to play life safe, the most safe. But I'm thinking like, dude, you're in the 30s, you're in the 40s. How much safe do you want to play it? Because anything can happen. Just an hour from now.
Yeah.
Anything can happen tomorrow.
You never know.
Yeah, because I was starting to think like, dude, I can like drive down the highway. I'll be done, right? And then I was thinking, I was like, I better have like $4 in my account when I die to know that I spent every single dollar that I made, you know?
I don't want nothing left over.
Yeah. I was like, I better have like $4 in my account when I die. Just to show like I fucking spent everything. What's good, Sable?
Oh, Sable, I just saw you I saw your name pop up.
Sable says, broke as fuck chasing my dreams.
Yeah, man. Oh, we all, man.
I miss you, Sable, man.
Sable, how you been, bro? How you been?
I think last time I saw him, he was out here for something. I forgot. Yeah.
Broke as fuck chasing my dreams. I think that's all of us, man.
How you doing out there, man? Are you still in San Diego? What's going on out there, dude?
How's the weather, man? How's the Cali shit? I heard Cali was getting wrecked by like all types of
we should just go visit Sable, like surprise.
I've been wanting to go to Cali since I was a child.
Let's plan it. Let's go out there.
The furthest I've gotten is Vegas to the West Coast.
Sable says I'm good. Out of my long walk with my dog. Oh, you're watching us like on your little smart device.
Yes, man. Be safe, man. Don't get kidnapped.
I imagine like Sable like walking on the side, like we're near the beaches and shit.
Oh, nice.
That's just like how I imagine it.
I saw this dude.
It's flooding. Oh, I heard about that.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Like the weather's like gone tits up in California, man. It's gone
Pasadena mudslide.
It's hit like the shit said like I saw a video a couple of days ago. It's hit like biblical like levels of.
Too old. They said biblical.
That's what I saw. When I saw the news, I was like, "This is like the end of the world, shit."
It says rain equals
no crackheads.
No crackheads.
Hey man, that's what he said. That's why he said pure bliss. Okay, keep crackheads. Don't like that. Don't like that rain.
Yeah, that's wild though. Like,
yeah, California getting like wrecked right now with rain, man. It seems like it's been going on for a couple of weeks, man.
That is crazy. So is it more like towards like Southern California that's getting all the floods?
I have no idea. I just know somebody told me like when I saw the news, I didn't know the location. I was just watching the video like, oh shit, this is shit sliding. Like that's all I saw.
Yeah, I know it's serious. Because right when I was in Boston, they're even talking about the floods, and I was like, what floods? Like, in California. I was like, what? Yeah, man. So it's like it's everywhere. Everybody knows about it.
Which is weird too, because wasn't California going for like a drought for a hot minute? Now they're getting too much water. Come on.
I don't know their weather like that.
There needs to be a balance.
But I remember like they were going through like a lot of forest fires.
Oh yeah. That's been going on for like.
I always think about Yogi Bear.
Everything all dried up, man.
Sable says, but the sun's been out for about 2 hours.
Yeah, man, and then like and it's weird too, because like what Sable's talking about how it is right now in California, how out here in the South, man. Last week we was getting a shit ton of tornadoes.
Oh yeah,
we was getting wrecked by tornadoes, man. The planet is turning on us, and maybe it should. We've been abusing it for too long.
I want the Earth to like just fucking shake the fuck out of us, you know. Like break every single break every monument that was made. So we can realize like how good we got it, you know.
So you guys carved all these presents on the side of a damn mountain. We're gonna destroy this shit.
Saber says even with all the rain, we'll still be in drought.
Yeah, man, that did cross my mind. I'm like, would this even change anything? Because y'all been in drought for longer than.
It's like illegal to water grass over there.
Man, yeah,
is it? Is it still like that? So I remember they said you couldn't even wash your car.
I could see that. You
wash your car, right? You see, get the blue lights. Bloop, 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 bloop.
No, you don't. Earthquakes are gnarly. Yeah, I can. Yeah, that's the only thing that keeps me from California.
You know, speaking of like gnarly and shit, right? I was on like Netflix, and they were talking about that surfer, not surfer dude, but he was like a hitchhiker
with the axe.
Oh
man, that dude's legendary. I remember that shit a long time ago.
Yeah, they have a whole documentary on this guy now.
I saw that. I'm like, what the fuck are y'all talking about?
Like, I saw like these girls, and I saw like his dude. This dude is like big enough to like squeeze the fuck out of her throat. And then I was like, smash. And smash, but then he ends up being like a murderer and shit.
Yeah, because like I haven't seen a Netflix documentary, but I know this. I heard the story before, probably because YouTube. He murdered a guy previously before that, I think, or some shit over some dispute or whatever. I don't think it was like a 1st degree murder, but I think he might have used that axe though, if I'm not mistaken.
Smash.
Smash.
Hit that smash. But nah, this dude was fucking smashing heads.
I think that was in Arizona.
They said like right? 3 months after that interview on the news, he ended up killing somebody else.
That's what it was. Yeah, he murdered somebody like not too long ago.
And then that's when he was in prison for that.
Live long enough to see yourself become the villain.
Yeah.
Straight up, man.
Speaking of villains, Iggy Azalea.
Yeah, she get on OnlyFans.
Yeah, and then they were saying how like back then she was saying, "Oh, she'll never be an OnlyFans," and then she was hating on other celebrities that were doing it.
Yeah.
Then fast forward to like 2023.
Here we go. That money getting tight.
Iggy Azalea, she's now on OnlyFans.
When people find out what she went wrong is that people found out she was white. When she first came out and was doing music, I thought she was black. She sounded black. Mm-hmm. When everybody saw she was white, I was like, I don't know. Now you culture appropriating. And
I thought she was white the whole time.
Really? I didn't even think of that.
Yeah, in the video, she's white.
I never seen the video. I only heard the music.
A long time ago. This is when I was still in Ellenwood. She had like a video with her eating like a popsicle or shit.
I've never seen the video.
I was like, who's this Iggy Azalea?
Iggy? What the fuck?
But she had like a big butt. I was like, damn, okay. But yeah.
I remember some years ago she got offered to do like some Bang Bro shit.
I'm pretty sure she got offered to do every shit.
I mean, I watch it. I ain't gonna lie. I check it out, you know.
Yeah, if you like subscribe to her OnlyFans.
What's she doing though? What's she doing on there? Like just
I don't know, she's probably doing the same thing like Cash Me Out Girl.
What's she doing?
Like not showing nothing.
I ain't paying for nothing. This is why I go to strip clubs. That shit's this is like a digital strip club to me. Like what you ain't doing nothing that's gonna I don't know.
She started making a lot of money.
I heard she made like 350,000 or some shit in one day or something.
Yeah, not even just posting like a promo video. Damn, who wants to see her that bad?
Dang. I mean, I'm pretty sure.
A lot of white girls that's the same body shape like that. You can find on like
maybe better. Maybe better.
Yeah, but I think the idea is because it's Iggy.
Yeah, it's her. She been getting offers for like a while.
Is that how you say it, Iggy?
Yeah, Iggy Azalea.
Yeah. Yeah.
And she been getting offers for a minute to do some wild shit like this, but
yeah, it's like if your name is big like that, then it's different.
Yeah, me, I don't care. I don't care whether your name is big or not. Just,
yeah.
In fact, I think because she's famous,
at Magic City.
I think I think it's because she's such a Is she a big? Would you say she was a big celebrity? Would you consider?
I don't think so. Maybe B class.
B class. She was bigger a couple years back, but
yeah, she's like big class. Like the name is known, but it's
you know her name at least. Like,
it's not big like Ariana Grande.
Man, no,
that's like worldwide big.
Yeah,
like if she had OnlyFans,
and Ariana Grande can sing too. Like she can sing her ass off.
Yeah, if she had OnlyFans, hey,
I wouldn't watch it though. I think she's pretty much.
I think OnlyFans they have to upgrade their server system so they can.
She might crash.
It might crash.
I guarantee
like,
you.
Real shit, dude.
I think she's pretty. But I don't know if I would watch OnlyFans of her.
I wouldn't.
Just,
yeah, but I
want some nobody from OnlyFans, like some regular person. If I were to get on OnlyFans.
Okay, so who would be like an OnlyFans that you would pay for that's a celebrity that you would really want to see?
Nobody.
No, you got to pick one though. This is Media Hijack. After dark.
After dark. HBO after
it's
dark.
after you made it past the first 1.5 hours.
Real sex, take 5. No.
Channel 18.
Shit, I don't even know.
Any celebrity.
Oh shit, I really don't know. Any celebrity.
Not even Justin Bieber?
Probably Salma Hayek.
Salma Hayek? Okay.
Even at her age, she still got it.
I can already like imagine her naked already.
She still got it, man. If anybody, because I was trying to think of like as a whole, body wise and everything. Like who would I want to see? Like Salma Hayek. I know that might not be. I don't know. That's probably an answer that most people would never consider. But Salma Hayek still, she finds motherfuckers. I love me some Salma Hayek. So
yeah, that's a good one.
I had to dig deep for that one. I'm like, what's one I really kind of like? I've wanted for a long time. Salma Hayek. What would be yours?
Oh, yeah, I was waiting for that.
Like, what would be yours? Yeah, I was
waiting for that. Yeah.
I can't be the only one.
I would I would choose Jack Black first. Hey,
Naked with a guitar.
School of Rock, man.
Is it gonna be there with Kyle too? No, you should get Kyle too.
Yeah, we Kyle Gass on
They
there.
they both gotta do OnlyFans.
And they gotta do the song too.
Yes, the whole Tenacious D album.
The duo song.
Greatest song in the world.
Last week, Kyle
yeah.
quit the band. Now we're back together. But yeah, no, but real shit, I would pick Jessica Alba.
Oh shit!
Because she's the most innocent girl.
She fine though. She's
Yeah.
beautiful.
She's the most innocent, but I think she has like the most natural body.
Yeah, she's like,
As far as like
she's
being,
just
being
naturally.
an actress.
Yeah, she's
she's
just
normal.
naturally,
She's normal.
yeah.
Normal body girl.
Yeah, and she's not like too big.
But I wouldn't even want her to be an OnlyFans. I'd be like, no, you keep that.
You're too pure. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you keep that.
That's why I feel with some people like I like you. I've always liked you the way you were.
Mm-hmm.
I don't need an OnlyFans.
I gotta pick a different one. You know, like
I might
someone
dislike.
I don't care about.
I
like
might
that.
dislike you even more. So I don't
Yeah.
even know if I want to say Salma Hayek. Honestly, now I think about it, I don't.
She already looks like she's in the porn though.
No,
Yeah.
man, no. She's just hot. That's all it is.
I'll have to change my answer then. Have to be someone like I don't care about.
A throwaway celebrity.
Yeah.
Or be like somebody. Maybe Iggy Azalea then. Shit. Maybe I'm going away with Iggy Azalea. That might be mine then.
Hillary Duff.
Oh,
What? Get
come at me.
I'm curious. I want.
What's she working with?
The last time I saw her, somebody like photoshopped like a picture of her.
On the beach?
No, with her just wearing like regular Old Navy jeans.
Mm.
I made up the Old Navy part, but she was wearing jeans, and then they made her butt like look so big. I was like, is that really like Hillary?
Best Photoshop?
But then I saw like the Photoshop and the non-Photoshop, but the non-Photoshop looks way better.
Yeah, she still got some though. Yeah, she got some cakes.
Yeah.
Saw a long time ago on some beach, walking on the beach. I was like,
Yummy yams.
hey, got some hams with them yams. Like shit, I've seen Hillary
Yeah,
Duff.
Hillary Duff.
This ain't no Lizzie McGuire now. This is
What's that song she did? So Yesterday. Is that her?
Oh my god, I forgot she did a song. That's
shit,
a catchy song for the time.
shit slap.
Yeah.
Shit slap.
I think that was like her only hit though. Get that shit on my playlist.
It slapped a little bit. Yeah.
No.
Back then, remember Bug Juice? It's Disney Channel.
Oh
It's
my
like
god,
that whole era, dude.
how you remembering all this? I've heard Bug Juice in long, probably since that era.
Like a nostalgia moment, man.
Shit, I've heard Bug Juice since then.
Yeah, Real World Road Rules, man.
Real World Road Rules when they used to compete against each other and shit.
Damn,
Good times, man. Now reality shows suck too.
because it's all too fake, though.
Yeah, it's way too scripted. At least that's how I met. No, not how I met. That's how I saw Theo Vaughn.
Theo Vaughn,
On
yeah.
Road Rules. The first time I ever saw this motherfucker was on Road Rules. I was like, he's kind of
That
like.
was so crazy.
I was like, he's kind of like the best thing on Road Rules, and then
Yeah,
now here he is. It's like the awesome podcast.
Yeah. I didn't even know he was on the Road Rules until
Yeah.
he talked about it in his podcast. I was like, wait, hold on.
I used to watch Road Rules back then. That's why I first saw him was
I
in
was
that.
like, damn, Theo Vaughn.
And he was funny back then.
He was like the same character.
He's never changed. This is like 20 years ago.
He's the
still
same
the
character
dude.
the whole time. I was like, dude.
Same dude, man. He's never changed.
It's
I respect
just
it.
naturally, he can go off the cuff so easily.
Because I remember back then, I thought he was funny as shit, and then I think he started doing stand up maybe within that time frame, and then
Yeah, he
podcast.
was naturally just funny.
just
like
funny
that.
dude, man.
Like it didn't matter like who he was talking to.
I don't know.
Like I remember he was talking to Joe Rogan. Joe Rogan was showing him a video about him doing like an ice bath. And Theo Vaughn was like, man, you look like one of those turkeys that's been like wrapped up like in the string.
Oh, the strings wrapped around the legs.
Yeah, and then like it looked like Joe Rogan was offended a little bit. It's like, wait, he's like, what are you talking about? It's like, yeah, you know how they wrap them up and you can see that whole 6-pack and shit. You know? I was like, dude, I would never even imagine describing anybody that's like, you know, like fit or whatever, describing them as being wrapped up like a turkey.
Was this after the Bill Burr shit?
I don't know when it was. But,
It's like you sound like Bill Burr right now, just talking that wild shit.
yeah, but Theo, he
came a long way, man.
he's so
Came
good.
a long way. I like ice baths for my balls. This is Savo.
Hey, Savo.
Man, I think ice bath would make my balls go into my
We
my
gotta
tummy.
we gotta go visit Savo, man.
Something, man. Bill Burr is like one of them dudes where he's always been funny, but he just a couple years ago he finally people started catching on to him.
Like, what do you mean?
Just like his name started becoming more popular. To me, I feel like he started blowing up just like not too long ago.
Because he's real. Like, he speaks that shit like real. He doesn't even care like who you are. Like, because I remember when he first did the podcast with Thea Vaughn, he didn't even know Thea Vaughn like that. He didn't know like his.
He don't know.
He didn't know his comedy, his style like that. But he broke Thea Vaughn down to where Thea Vaughn was like, he had to like take a little step back.
Ego trip.
Because he was like, damn, this dude's fucking eating me up alive.
Him and Ethan from H3.
Yeah,
both of them.
Yeah, he fucked up Ethan from H3. Like, Ethan, he had to take like a fucking. He had to go to a psychologist and shit to fucking.
I think the first time I saw Bill Burr in anything was in
fucking roasted him.
Chappelle show. He was in Chappelle show. He was in an Schlip's beer, I think it was. Or the Samuel Adams beer commercial, but he's in a Chappelle show for like maybe like 3 sketches. One was like Dude's Night Out, where I think he got his dick sucked by some trainee. Whatever. It was wild, but Bill, that's the first time I saw Bill Burr in anything. I thought he was hilarious and watched his stand-ups and whatnot. But he's another guy too that I talked about on the show before, or on our show before, about how he took a trip. And because Bill Burr, he's a dude from Boston who comes from that Boston area, and everybody know how Boston is. But hey, yo, fuck this motherfucker, like this, like almost very New Yorkish type
skin,
and shit talkers and whatnot, and can be mean sometimes. But after he went on his trip, like his first actual shroom trip, and he came out of it, he was like, his first reaction was, "Oh my god, I've been mean my whole life, and I haven't I need to take a step back because I'm in my 50s now. I can't." It made him change his whole direction on a whole lot of things.
Yeah, see, that's that's the beauty of the whole shroom thing.
He regret for being like such an angry person for so long. He's like,
yeah,
I've been angry for this long. I can't believe this is who I've been. And
you didn't see the other side.
And he talks about like he wish he just started earlier, at least tried it earlier. Like,
yeah, I think that's like what a lot of people regret when they actually start doing like a trip one time. Sable says, come after the summer, like in September. I have to get somebody to clean my pad, or y'all have to, or you. Could you read that?
It says, or y'all will have a show on me next. Pepper hoarders next on Media Hijack. Yeah.
Prepper hoarders.
Yeah, pepper hoarders.
Yeah.
And we can set something up, man. Either come out here or we go out there. I've never been to Cali, so I'm down for a Cali trip if we could set something up.
Let's plan something, because I haven't been out there in like 2 or 3 years now.
Okay. I've always wanted to go. I've always wanted to go.
I'm overdue. I got to go out there. But when we do go out there, we definitely got to visit that Sable.
For sure, man.
Yep.
I've got nothing else, though. That was it for me.
That was a good show. We got to close this show out. It's just pretty long, too.
Sorry, guys.
It was a good show, though.
It was a good one, man.
Good, informative show. I wasn't in Vegas. Only Bob and Jeremy went.
Yeah.
Yeah. They went by themselves because they're selfish. But yeah, we'll catch everybody next week on Tuesday. Peace out. Adios.
See you guys.
It's not illegal to not listen to music. It's illegal to